My name is Tone Gibson. I'm the Manager of Events and Activities for the University.
So who is in charge of food and retail spaces at UON?
So there are a number of food and retail spaces on campus. A number of them are individual franchises or owned by independent operators, and they're all managed by Infrastructure and Facilities Services.
How have they been chosen, and is there any criteria they must meet to be able to be a retailer at UON?
Some of the outlets are well established, have been here for many years, and so they were part of a process a very long time ago. I can't really talk too much about what's happened historically, but certainly there has been a focus by the university to make sure that there's a good mix of retail, including food outlets, a variety of foods, and that they're the types of things that students would be looking for on campus.
And do you take into consideration the socio-economic status and incomes of students when picking the retailer?
Obviously the retail all operates independently. We only have a certain amount of influence over their pricing policies and the types of products that they offer, but we certainly do try to have an influence over that and encourage affordable products to be sold on campus. At the end of the day, they are businesses and they're there to make some dollars for themselves, so there's only a certain amount of influence that we can have, but socio-economic factors certainly do come into it.
A number of the retailers at UON seem to have a minimum spend or surcharge when purchasing with debit cards or credit cards. Do you know why this is?
Yes, the primary reason for that is that they are hit with what's called a merchant fee. So every time one of those cards is used, the retailer is actually charged a fee by the banks for that transaction. And I guess in their mind it's a way of recovering that transaction fee where there's a lot of smaller transactions, because the fee is actually quite significant for just a $2 spend or something. It becomes not worth their while.
It seems that when students then go to the ATM to get money out, unless they're with the Newcastle Perm over this side, they slumped with ATM fees as well. Is there any options for students to avoid both surcharges on campus?
There is a little known fact that the Australia Post outlet here on campus can actually provide a cash out service for anybody, and they accept quite a wide array of bank cards, so that's another option for people, and there's actually no charge or fee for people to take money out at Australia Post.
Are there any methods in place to change any of these surcharges for any of the students at uni?
Not that I'm aware of at the moment. Obviously it's under the leadership of the Infrastructure and Facilities Services. I haven't heard any discussions along those lines.
Is this issue something that may be looked at in the future?
I think it certainly is something that the university is aware of. It forms part of a bigger picture, and that is around making sure that we have affordable food options for students on campus. I don't think there's any group of people that are more price sensitive than students, and we're very aware of that. And I think any smart retailer would be aware of that too, so they'd be looking for ways that they can make sure that the products that they're offering are affordable, because they're going to sell more of them that way. I think the Bakehouse is a great example of an outlet that actually understands the student market and responds to them really well, and that's demonstrated by the very large number of people you see queued outside there most lunchtime.